Hi, Clint Kuntz here with Anderson Business Advisors, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to create a $1 million Roth IRA in a lot less time than you might think. All right, with that, let's get started. All right, guys, so what prompted me to want to create this video is that I was on YouTube just looking for ideas and what to present on. And I was searching, some of my competitors out there that, again, put out videos, and some of them really good. And some of them I question sometimes where they're coming from, if they're really real estate investors. But the point is this: I saw this one video where an individual was talking about how to get to $1 million in a Roth IRA. And the numbers worked. I mean, it took you about 37 years to contribute, and you had to assume that you're going to get it between a 10 and 12% growth on your money in order to reach those. And anything works as long as you put in the right growth rate into your calculations. And as you get older, that time compresses. So then you got to contribute more and you got to hope for a greater return. Well, I thought to myself, you know what? If you want to save for a tax-free retirement and you want to do it through a Roth IRA, it's going to take you a long time at $6,000 a year to get to that point. So there's another way to do it. Now, those of you that are familiar with solo 401ks, you might be thinking, yeah, I can put in $19,000 a year and get to that point. Granted, and you'll be able to cut it by a third if you're doing that, or 2/3. But if you want to get there much quicker, there's a different way you can get there using a solo 401k that will push you over the hump. You'll be able to put in more money in 1 year that your neighbor puts in 10 years. And they're going to be scratching their heads looking at you going, how is it that you're living the tax-free lifestyle and I'm not even started yet because I don't have enough money to live on yet based upon my meager contributions? It all comes down to knowledge. That's about everything I teach here on my real estate asset protection channel. It's about to empower you with strategies, because I truly believe that entities can help you do more with your investing. Now, how you set them up is equally important. Sometimes entities can actually hurt you with your investing. So you want to make sure you're using entities the right way, that is part of an overall structure. That's why we offer strategy sessions to people who watch my videos, and hopefully you're taking advantage of that so we can design out a plan that will help you achieve your dreams, your life goals. How do we get to $1 million in a much shorter period of time inside of a Roth IRA? Well, it's not through the traditional approaches, but what it is through is with a solo 401k and understanding how that entity actually works and what's available to you. Let me show you. So, you've got your corp or entity that sponsors your solo 401k. And again, this is only going to work if you don't have employees. If you got employees, you can tune out right now, because you're not going to want to set this up for them, because they're going to be eating, at the trough with you, and it'll probably bankrupt you to do it. So now you got your corp here. You set up your solo 401k over here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to understand what actual buckets are comprised in the solo 401k. You have your Roth bucket over here. You have your traditional bucket over here. And you have your employer bucket over here. And all that means is this. If I'm working, this is my company, I'm flipping real estate, and I bring in $165,000 in profit this year. If I paid myself some money, let's say I paid myself $75,000 in salary, I could make a 401k contribution of either $19,000 to the traditional or $19,000 to the Roth. Well, if you want a tax-free retirement, obviously you're going to put $19,000 over here into your Roth IRA. Now, by doing that, it's only getting you part way to where you need to be. Now, if you want to go and put this thing on turbocharge to get to a tax-free retirement, to have $1 million in your account much quicker than anyone else, you need to understand that inside of these plans, not only you have employer contribution, these are employee contributions right here, you also have an after-tax bucket from the employee side. Many people are not aware of this because their employers never told them this exists, because they don't offer it in their plans. When we create plans, this is one of the critical buckets that we put inside of our plan documents to allow people to really maximize their contributions towards that tax-free retirement. So with the after-tax employee bucket, what you're allowed to do is make up the shortfall that you have inside of your solo 401k plan, meaning this: you can contribute into this plan, $56,000. Now, it needs to come between a combination of your company and you. So in this particular case here, at what I've already contributed at the or at $19,000, I could have another $37,000 roll into the employer bucket right up here. My company can actually make that contribution for me. But the problem by doing that is that money doesn't qualify for Roth treatment. That money that goes in there is going to grow for you for your retirement. When you pull the money out, you're going to be taxed on that money that went in, plus all the growth on it. Well, so here's what you want to do. You don't want your company making that contribution for you because it's your company. If you want to get to your $1 million, you need to make that contribution. So you take and you make a $37,000 contribution to your after-tax employee bucket. Okay, so you got to have this set up in your plan or this does not work. So you make that contribution. So now you're at the limit of the $56K overall contributions for your plan. You put in $37,000 here. You've put in $19,000 over here. Okay, so we got $57,000 in the plan. Now this after-tax bucket, let me explain how that works. With the after-tax bucket, when you put money in, if you just left it there and let it continue to grow for the next 10 years, and the bucket grows from $37,000 to $100,000, when you pull that money out, you're only going to pay tax on the gain portion. You'll get back your $37,000 because you already paid tax on that money. But all the future appreciation that you make on that money, the $63,000 that comes back to you, is going to be taxable to you. Well, you don't want to leave it there because if you leave it there, you got to pay tax on that growth. So what you need to do is set up a self-directed Roth over here. I know I'm not a big fan of self-directed IRAs. I got plenty of videos on that, but this is one of those exceptions here. Set up a self-directed IRA that is a Roth. Now, if your plan is set up the right way with the key features that allow you to move money in and out at any time, unlike your employer's 401k plan where they get you in and then they lock you down and you can't ever pull money out, then what you're able to do is you can roll this Roth money into there because it's a Roth to Roth rollover. That's permissible. But you know what else you can do? You can take this $37,000 right here, this after-tax money, and you can roll that into that IRA as well. This is not a backdoor Roth, which I hear a lot of people talk about. This is a trapdoor Roth IRA that no one knows about. Well, people do if they know where to look, namely the IRS's website. You can find it on there where they talk about how this strategy is actually accepted. If you have an after-tax employee account and a Roth account, they're eligible to be rolled into an IRA. So just think, in year one, I'm making, good money through my company. I'm able to put $56,000 into a Roth IRA. And your neighbor's sitting over there on the porch drinking his beer, dropping in $6,000 a year. You're already 9 years ahead of him as far as contributions are going towards getting to your $1 million retirement. At $56,000 a year, in basically 19 years, you will have $1 million, and we don't have to project growth rates on there. But if you want to overlay growth rates on there, say you're getting 10% a year, you're probably there in 10 years. Or even if you're getting 14% return on your money, you're going to get there that much sooner. So you understand? It's knowing how entities work. And that's what I mean. Entities can help you achieve your goals if you only use them the right way to allow them to assist you to get to where you want to go. I hope you understand a lot now about how you can use a solo 401k. If you'd like to learn more, contact us for a strategy session. We develop these types of plans with these special buckets inside of them to help people achieve what they're looking to achieve with their real estate investing and financial planning. My name is Clint Coons with Anderson Business Advisors, and I look forward to catching you at one of my upcoming 3-day tax and asset protection workshops for real estate investors.